Housing Development Progress, number one and the best. Housing Development Progress, number one. Number one. Housing Development Progress, number one and the best. Housing Development Progress, number one. Housing Development Progress in Nigeria. Housing Development Progress in Africa. Housing Development Program and the globe. Number one, Housing Development Program.
Hello and welcome to Housing Development, the program that keeps you informed and engaged on everything happening in the housing and urban development space across Nigeria. As always, I am your housing diva, Florani. This week, the housing sector is abuzz with news following the handover of 752 recovered housing units by the EFCC to the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. We'll take a closer look at what this means, how the ministry is responding, and what Nigerians believe should be done with these housing units. Stay with Housing Development as we see the news making waves in the sector.
President Bola Tinubu has intervened in the ongoing enforcement action against ground rent defaulters in the Federal Capital Territory, granting a 14-day grace period to affected property holders to settle their outstanding obligations. This development comes after the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) commenced enforcement on 4,794 properties revoked due to non-payment of ground rent spanning between 10 and 43 years. The Director of Land, Chijioke Nwankwoeze, disclosed the development at a press briefing recently in Abuja, noting, however, that the defaulters will pay penalty fees of 2 million naira and 3 million naira respectively, depending on the location. He mentioned that the enforcement on the 4,794 properties revoked for non-payment of ground rent from 10 to 43 years included properties owned by government institutions, corporate organizations, and individuals. This, he said, demonstrates the Federal Capital Territory Administration's commitment to carrying out its functions without fear or favor, adding that the President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, has intervened. Therefore, by Mr. President's intervention, holders of the affected properties now have 14 days, which is 2 weeks, to settle the outstanding ground rents with associated penalties. For properties in the central area, the sum of 5 million naira will be paid by the defaulters as penalty, in addition to the ground rent owed. Those in Maitama, Asokoro, Wuse 2 and Guzape districts will pay the sum of 3 million naira as penalty in addition to the ground rent owed. Defaulters in Wuse 1, Gariki 1 and Gariki 2 will pay 2 million naira as penalty in addition to the ground rent owed, he stated. The 19th Africa International Housing Show (AIHS) is set to host a special forum for under 40 CEOs of real estate companies as part of its 2025 edition, scheduled to take place from July 27 to August 1 at the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. This was disclosed in a statement by the AIHS coordinator Festus Adebayo, who emphasized the need to equip young industry leaders with the tools, knowledge, and ethics necessary to thrive into this real estate landscape. According to Adebayo, the initiative aims to gather over 140 promising CEOs across African countries for a capacity-building program that will focus on global best practices, innovation in real estate development, ethical standards, and navigating challenges such as financial crime in the sector. He mentioned that the program will be for over 140 CEOs for the purpose of capacity building, adding that they will be taught how to operate with a high level of professionalism and ethics. We will expose them to modern trends in real estate development, just as it is done in advanced economies, he said. He added that the forum will also serve as a powerful platform for networking, collaboration, and peer learning, helping young leaders strengthen their roles in shaping the future of Africa's housing sector. Making a strong case for the conversion of the seized 753 duplexes in Abuja, Executive Director of Housing Development Advocacy Network HDAN, Festus Adebayo, said the housing estate could deliver 2,000 rental units, thereby increasing the nation's housing stock. Adebayo proposed to the federal government to convert the recently seized housing estate by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) from the former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele to a model social housing project dedicated to affordable rental housing. The estate was last week handed over to the Minister of Housing and Urban Development Architect Ahmed Dangiwa. The conversion of the 753 duplexes to rental houses, he said, would send a strong message that seized public assets can be repurposed for the collective good rather than recycled into private hands. Adebayo said this approach not only ensures fairness, transparency, and efficiency, but it also sets a precedent for how we handle recovered assets going forward, turning lost wealth into social dividends.
As we continue monitoring the stories, let's turn to the major development everyone is talking about, the EFCC handover. In a landmark move, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission officially transferred 752 housing units, once part of a corruption investigation involving the former Central Bank governor, to the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. This is being hailed as a significant step in asset recovery and public restitution.
In a major boost to the federal government anti-corruption and housing development efforts, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development has officially taken possession of a 753-unit housing estate in Abuja recovered from embattled former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. The estate, located at Plot 109 Cadastral Zone C09 in Lokogoma District, now the property of the federal government, was today handed over to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The EFCC chairman Ola Olukoyede said the recovery followed all due process and the highest court granted them a forfeiture order.
In widely circulated newspapers, and nobody came forward to lay claim to the property. So we went back to the court. So, my Lord, nobody came forward to lay claim to the property, and my Lord gave the final order, on the property. But after that, somebody came forward to challenge the person of the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Emefiele, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and the court, in their wisdom, discovered that, look, there was no evidence before us to prove that you could own this through your legitimate means of livelihood.
He added that the event is a testament to the president's resolve to fight corruption.
To the New Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Asiwaju, that gave us the go-ahead to do our work and ensure that we use the instrumentality of the fight against corruption to stimulate the economy. And I believe this will add value to our economy. You agree with me? And it's also, give opportunity to Nigerians who have been yearning, who have been hardworking to own a property. By the time we are through with this, like the Honorable Minister said yesterday, through a transparent and accountable process, then the federal government will determine what we're going to do for that.
Minister of Housing, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, who received the estate on behalf of the government, praised the EFCC's work and promised the property will be put to good use under President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda.
Certainly this is a win for you may call it, because it's a proceeds of crime that has been recovered by the EFCC, and we thank them for that efforts. And we have taken over today, we have taken possession of this estate today, And we will commence our own work. Especially, we have to do integrity test of the structures that are standing here to confirm their own structural stability. And then from that, we go on and assess how to complete them and then make them public for public disposal in order for government to recover some of the proceeds.
He mentioned that the properties will get to ordinary Nigerians through a transparent process. He added that Nigerians should exercise patience as the ministry will soon come out with procedures for acquiring the estate.
Ordinary Nigerian will be very much involved because the disposal will be transparent, as I said earlier. And we already have a renewed hope portal that we are selling some of the renewed hope estates across the country. And we will key this project into that portal, especially when the construction towards the completion of the estate has commenced. By then, people will be able to know what type of houses they want to buy when the physical structure of each of the units are revealed. Because sometimes you can't even know what you are buying until the physical structure of the houses are revealed. So people should exercise patience, and I will come out with advertisement on process of acquiring these estates.
As the Ministry of Housing prepares to announce the allocation process, Nigerians are urged to stay informed and trust in the transparency promised under the Renewed Hope agenda.
These handovers created both anticipation and questions: who gets what and how? After the break, we'll look at how the ministry plans to distribute these recovered houses. Stay with Housing Development. To address the complex task of managing these housing units, the ministry has inaugurated a special committee comprising professionals from housing associations, the legal sector, civil society, and the private real estate industry.
As mandated by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangewa has recently set up a technical committee tasked with ascertaining the number of housing units, assessing the cost of completing the infrastructure, developing a standardized plan, and proposing a clear method for the disposal of the recovered properties.
It's the formal inauguration of the Ministerial Committee on Technical Assessment, Completion, Planning, and Disposal Strategy for the 752 housing unit housing estate located in the Lokogoma, in the cadastral zone of the Federal Capital Territory. The estate, as we are all aware, was recently covered and handed over to our ministry by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday, 20th May 2025, as the directive of Mr. President. Let me begin by appreciating the EFCC for this critical intervention, which has now created a unique opportunity for the federal government to convert what was once a symbol of public sector inefficiency and abuse into a beacon of public service and national renewal.
The minister mentioned that with the help of the committee, the federal government will be able to turn what was a spectacle of public office abuse into a beacon of national hope in fulfillment of President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda.
This committee has been constituted to ensure the recovered property is quickly transformed into livable, secure, and affordable homes for the benefit of Nigerians, particularly those in need. This is not just another government assignment, it is a mission. It is a mission to deliver value, a mission to deliver hope, and a mission to deliver homes for Nigerians.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Dr. Shoaib Belguri, and includes the Director of Public Building, Quantity Surveyor Temitope Bemi, who serves as Secretary, as well as directors from Procurement, Finance, Federal Government Asset Management, and Urban and Regional Planning, amongst others.
Our task is actually, as has been said, that of the technical assessment and completion. We do know that there are certain architectural drawings that have to be brought some assessment of certain of the structures in order to make them more habitable and to meet up the standards and requirements that are in place. We are aware that we have to ensure that the buildings attain a near completion and such that the estate has a uniformity.
The inauguration of this committee signals a critical step towards transparency and accountability in the management of public assets, aligning with the administration's broader vision for housing reform and sustainable urban development.
While this technical committee is tasked with ascertaining the number of housing units, assessing the cost of completing the infrastructure, developing a standardized plan, and proposing a clear method for the disposal of the recovered properties. So what do Nigerians want to see happen? That's up next.
Auction of the houses now, believe in me, those houses were bought up by the rich classes. It will not reach to ordinary Nigeria that it's meant for. That money is the money that is supposed to be used to develop Nigeria, that you and I will enjoy it. But believe in me, if they want to auction it now, it is the same people that will go and buy it over. So what needs it for me? How do I benefit from it? We're not benefiting. How do I spend our energy, spending our time, our airtime, and speaking up and down, and after nothing will happen? So the country is not ready to do anything meant for the ordinary Nigeria. We are in a big trouble, we are in a big mess.
Yes, my advice for the Minister of Housing, you should know that Nigerians are watching. Just like the way they followed EFCC case up to the end. Thank God EFCC didn't disappoint us in this matter. So it's for him also to do what he's supposed to do. Just like the way they said they are going to finish the houses and they are going to sell it to Nigerians. Let it be ordinary Nigerians or not politicians like other people. Let them put the prices so that ordinary Nigerians also can afford to buy those houses. Because that money is meant for Nigerians. All the money is for Nigerians. So let it be an average place. The Minister of Housing, let him use this opportunity as a minister so that people will remember him as well, that during his time, the EFCC handed over 750 something houses to him, and he sold those houses to ordinary Nigerians, and they were happy with him.
Well, since it was recovered based on crime, I think it should be auctioned out because of the new Abuja master plan, some houses were demolished. So those who no longer have houses now, if they can afford to buy it at very good prices, I think it should be auctioned to them so that they have a better place to stay, because I'm very sure those houses are not in villages, they are not in dilapidated areas, they are in very well furnished environments, probably in estates and all of that, in good areas, probably places that are closer to town. So I think it's actually very good if they will auction it so that people can buy it. People can own it. It will stop being government owned, but then people can afford to buy it and own a place in Abuja.
If the handing over is genuine, and if it's genuine, that's fine. Then when they are talking about these sales, who are they going to sell to? I hope it's not normal jamboree that they will sell to themselves. You understand? If they are going to sell it, at what rate are they going to sell it? You understand? Because the major people that need those houses, they are the masses. You understand? How many of the masses will have access to it? You understand? If the masses who are the homeless will not have access to it, then there is no need for the sales. You understand? Because we know how these things run. You understand? I hope genuinely that they will bring evidence of the ordinary people we know are in the streets, or people who are homeless, who are able to get these houses that they will stay. the house may not even be enough. You understand? How will the house go? We over 200 million Nigerians. How will the housing of us, is it 700 units or so be enough? You understand? But the truth of the matter is, those who are ordinary Nigerians who can afford it, it should be given to them. The bidding should be done based on first come, first serve, and it should be given to those who are.
Clearly, Nigerians are calling for fairness and access for the most vulnerable. Nigerians have spoken, and the message is clear. Let the common man benefit. We'll keep following how the ministry responds.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh,
Huh? What is it again?
Oga, and they drive this car, my mind no dey. My landlord is on my neck.
Your landlord again? I thought I have told you this before. Get a mortgage, register with NHF scheme, and get a home up front. What is so difficult about this?
Oga, I will do just that. See, I will shame that my landlord. Mortgage.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
It is countdown to Africa International Housing Show as the show returns this July to Abuja, expected to attract thousands of participants from over 20 countries. This year's edition will focus on climate resilient housing, financing, innovation, and continental partnerships. We'll bring you exclusive coverage when it begins, but for now, it's something to mark on your calendar. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has officially inaugurated its new board of directors. The ceremony held in Abuja represents a significant step in the ongoing effort to reposition housing finance as a key driver of national development. Our correspondent will give details.
The Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, has officially inaugurated the new Board of Directors of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN. The inauguration ceremony held in Abuja marks a major step in the government's drive to reposition housing finance as a vital tool for national development. Speaking at the event, the minister expressed his delight at the inauguration, describing it as a momentous occasion that goes beyond the formal swearing-in. According to him, it represents a renewed vision and a stronger resolve to make housing more accessible and affordable to Nigerians, particularly under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Through it, Nigerians involved in formal and formal sector employment across the public and private sectors can access affordable mortgage loans at rates and terms that are no commercial institution can match. We are talking about single-digit interest rate of 6 to 7% repayment periods of up to 30 years, and equity contribution as low as 0 to 10%. This is in contrast with the commercial banks charge from 18 to 24% interest rate, where 30% equity and other tenors of just and offer tenors of just 5 to 10 years. So this advantage makes FNBN a national asset, but it must not become an excuse for complacency and efficiency.
The new chairman, Nasiru Gawuna, a former deputy governor of Kano State, thanked President Tinubu for the opportunity and mentioned that the housing sector is a family. He added that with good collaboration, there'll be no reason not to perform, adding that he is ready to always contact the Honorable Minister and other stakeholders to ensure the board functions effectively and delivers on its responsibilities.
So whatever you do it with all sincerity, passion and integrity. And I think that is what drives us today to this position we are. I want to say we are lucky to be in this board, as I have always recounted my relationships with almost the family in the housing sector. We have no reason not to perform. And then at any point in time we need guidance, we will contact the best quarters that will give us the necessary guidance that we need.
The inauguration signaled a renewed sense of purpose and direction for FMBN, with a capable and visionary board now in place. Stakeholders and citizens alike look forward to bold reforms and impactful initiatives that will bring affordable housing closer to the average Nigerian.
As we wrap up this week's edition of Housing Development, the big question remains: how can government ensure that these 752 housing units serve those who need them most? Join the conversation on social media with our handles displayed on your screen. As always, I remain your housing diva, Florani. Build wisely and live boldly. Bye for now.